Hi again. Welcome to my show, Dr. Kim speaking to the world. This morning I'm going to talk about Jesus in the Synoptic Gospels and Johannine Jesus, with focus on the purpose of his coming to the world. Think about it, the question that why he came to the world. You can think about your purpose of coming to the world. We can say that no one comes to the world simply to die. We come to the world to live a good life, to do things that God assigned us to do. So when we think about the purpose of coming of Jesus to the world, actually there are good signs by which we can know what each gospel can talk about his purpose of coming to the world. For example, in Mark chapter 10 and verse 45, Jesus says, "Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and giving his life as ransom for many." So here the theme is service for the oppressed and the poor, the most marginalized people. He says, "Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve." You know what? When you serve those who are unfortunate and poor and outcasts, there may be some difficulties and challenges because some elite people, some leaders would not welcome that idea of serving the old people. So in Mark, Jesus is going through very difficult times because of he is trying to do this work, serving the poor, serving the most unfortunate. So that's why he says, giving his life as ransom for many. There are not many choices he can make if he has to continue to work on this mission as Son of Man and Son of God, giving his life as ransom for many. So here we see the Markan Jesus who emphasizes the service for others. What about Matthew? Yes, we have Jesus talking about his purpose of coming to the world. In Matthew 5:17, he says, "I came not to destroy the law or prophets, but to fulfill the righteousness." In my episode number 1, last time I talked about Jesus' interpretation of the law. He clearly says that he came not to destroy the law or the prophets, but to fulfill the righteousness. So in Matthew's community, right? So Jesus as Messian and Jewish Messiah, so he came to make sure about God's purpose, So God's righteousness should be made available and manifest in the whole world. So the Messiah, Jesus, actually emphasizing that purpose of doing, right, God's righteousness. So the righteousness of God is a big theme in Matthew. So if we think about the Lucan Jesus, Lucan Jesus still very distinctive, because in Luke 19:10, he says, "The Son of Man came to seek and save the lost." Here you see the seeking out and save the lost. So in Lucan Gospel, we see 3 parables which all talk about the theme of the lost. The lost sheep, lost coin, and lost son, right? So Lucan Jesus emphasizes the importance of saving the lost. So we have to wonder who are lost in the world. So Lucan Gospel really seeking out and save the lost. All sinners and prostitutes and all kinds of people who need salvation. So Lucan Gospel, we see the Jesus who is seeking out and save the lost. That is the purpose that he came for. Now, the other gospel, we have the Johannine Gospel. We have the Johannine Jesus. Johannine Jesus is very different from other Gospels. So we have here, for example, John 18:37, and Pilate, right, at the trial of him, Jesus, is asking him, "So you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say that I am a king. For this I was born, and for this I came into the world. For this I came into the world." And he gives here, he says, to testify to the truth. I was born as king. In other words, I came into the world for what? To testify to the truth. So he came for testifying to the truth. Which truth? The truth of God. What is the truth of God? That is, John 3:16, for example, God so loved the world, he gave his only son, right? So the purpose of coming of Jesus to the world, according to John's Gospel, is what? To testify the truth of God, who loves the whole world. So Jesus does not his work, but God's work. So he was sent by God to do the work of God. So here we see very different Jesus, right? Johannine Jesus, who embodies the truth of God, who embodies the Word of God and the Logos. So here we briefly saw the different purposes of Jesus coming to the world in all the four Gospels. So I hope you have enjoyed my show. So hopefully I will present another one next time. See you next time, and thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.